Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We are continuing and hopefully finishing off our Manor Lords playthrough. Now, in our last episode, we did a lot of time-lapsing and fast-forwarding because we needed to get things under control. I think now, finally, we have Lisboa under control. Food is continuing to rise. We have a lot of vegetables. We have a lot of berries, although they are in fact decreasing. We have bread, and we should be getting more when we get a beautiful harvest in. We also have a food cart, which gets us unlimited bread as well. We also have a good amount of eggs. Our money is shooting up, and so it is time to keep going. Now, something I would quite like to do is... Now, our wild animals. How... Let's see if I select... Yes, if I select near enough anything. Okay, so they pretty much come to here. Come to here. It's not much of a spot anyway, to be honest. But I was thinking maybe I could get some more farms here. I mean, hopefully the corpse pit has fertilized the soil. You never know, you could be lucky. What's the point? That was me thinking I had all my families assigned, but that's because I got loads of people in there. I'm thinking... Royal tax has increased. Of course it has. Let us build this road nice and straight all the way through. Let us demolish our corpse pit for now. Let us build... more fields. As I said in the last episode, generally I don't just like deleting the scenery the digital way, but, well, sometimes it's kind of necessary a little bit. Oh, I don't know what these guys are doing that I can see running off. Oh, they're just straight up leaving. Oh, he's a hunter. Where's he going? I mean, they're all still there. And then, so what we're going to do is build ourselves another farmhouse. There. And then we're going to start to farm this region as well. Everyone that we pretty much build from here on out has to be supplying their own food source, near enough. Nice. As we continue to push forward to build that mega city. Vegetables, vegetables, vegetables. We still have 2 apple orchards. One is huge to come into play. 3 of them are fully matured, you can tell, because the trees look glorious compared to... It's matured! Our 4th apple orchard is now on the books. We should be getting apples for days. Oh, and we are getting our harvest in. That is also fantastic. This one, I think, is still about another year away. We should eventually get that coming in as well. Look at those apples going up. We have 300 wheat and counting. We will then eventually thresh that into grain, into flour, and make us some bread. Wow, look at all that leather as well. That is pretty big. That is pretty big indeed. And we have now a lot of yarn coming in, which should cover our people's clothing needs. These guys are all going to become vegetable farms as well. A fair bit smaller than some of our much, much larger ones. But we do need more, and a little bit more. Now we have a nice spot back here, I reckon. Oh, wait, we have we have a well just there. Now these are all going to be chicken coops. Sure. Get that in round the well. Now we're going to become chicken coops. How are we doing down here? And expand. Vegetable farm and expand. Now, obviously, I don't technically have to make them into vegetable farms yet, but I like to have them ready for when people move in. So they know what they're moving into. I think it's the only fair way. And expand. And expand. So we're going to have a couple more families coming in there with vegetable farms. We've got these families here. And we will have our chicken coops just here. Oh, and more to the point, over here. Go and assign a full complement of families. And let's sort these fields out. Oh, it keeps turning off. Don't know why it does that. This one can be fallow in year 1. And let's get in this one, actually. That should give them something to do. Hopefully they don't start mixing it up between the two of them. We'll find out, quite frankly. Nice, we have a lot of wheat. It'll hopefully start turning around. Let's have a quick look at Orbidos. 8 months worth of stuff, and that is the fuel. Forester's Hut is up and running. Ah, we don't have people apparently. Good. That turned off for a second. Cutter's Lodge, stick one in there. That's been turned off for a while, but now we should start to get in. Whoa, all this construction coming in. These old chicken coops. Maybe I missed one. I did. When these families all move in, we will start hopefully see an increase in our egg production. And so the basic point is that everybody helps with food production. Every family that turns up helps get us some food. No, still not fully grown yet, but these ones are. I truly love the look of a fully grown orchard. It looks amazing. Can't wait to see this one. It's going to be huge. And can we actually see Lisboa's stats, please? Thank you. 4 months food. That is the most food we've had pretty much since the founding of Lisboa. Look at all those vegetables keeping us going. Bread about to go through the roof as well. We have our communal ovens ready. We have our windmill ready. We are starting to thresh the grain. That is another point. I should build me a second windmill up here. Although, in fact, no, I'm not going to put it quite that far away, because if I'm lucky, it can actually help with these guys over here. How about, what are we here? 95% efficiency. That'll work just nicely. You can help thresh this grain and maybe the overspill from over here as well. And then we have plenty of bread, plenty of apples. We have a good amount of eggs. Vegetables are coming in nicely as well. Go and set up a whole bunch of houses here. We'll build those. Money is coming in beautifully. My treasury is shooting up. That's in fact simply because I can upgrade those guys. Red new customization. Go and get those guys fully trained up as well. We will undoubtedly have more raiders turn up at some point. And then on the back of these houses as well. And no, I don't want to go to there, thank you very much. Try if I do it this way. See if it turns out... Oh wait, yeah, I do have to... Yep, all those can be chicken coops. Oh, we've paused. We've not just slowed down, we've actually stopped. And then so... yep, no, we're not in Eka now either. Thank you very much. You back to Lisboa. That will put us up to 250 houses. We still need more. Question is where to build them. Now, clearly, this set of lovely trees are going to have to go. And I think... Let's see if we can as well, actually. Why is this not letting me do this? Alright, we'll go for that. We're going to basically make another apple orchard, as I am aware we still might need some apple orchards for the future. And so then what we're also going to go and do is... I do want to continue the road first. Let's go all the way down to the King's Road. Fast forward mode, good. Now for a double? Yes. Well, tax will of course keep increasing, but that's fine. The money problems should nicely solve themselves. Let's make this massive. One house. Very much. How are we doing on our building? We have stuff going up everywhere. I can't even keep track anymore. Those are all done, and they're all carrots. These are all done, and they're all chickens. I think these were our next buildings. And then these. And then the ones I've just gone and put down. Okay, okay, okay. Yep, money is shooting up. So, as is our treasury. So that's not a problem. Food is back down on 2 months, but this is the difficult point. We're in winter. We're just about to get through it. We're in February. And look at all that grain. Look at all that flour. So our communal ovens should be going mental right now, to be honest. Waiting, transporting, waiting, going home, waiting. Why is everybody going home? You guys need to be getting so much more flour. You should all be working at a ridiculous capacity. We'll see how they go. I'm going to keep an eye on these guys. I don't know if we're going to need even more communal ovens. Yes, our bread should be going through the roof. We'll keep an eye on it. If we have a problem of never getting rid of our own flour, we shall simply build more communal ovens, I suppose. We're going to have plenty of people lounging around. Once everybody has moved in. Now, which ones did I build next again? It wasn't these. It was... Oh, yeah, it's up here, isn't it? And most of them have now been built. So, we want vegetables and increase your size. course, this is as well all going to be very much taking off a lot of my timber. However, none of that could be a problem right now. It's of course going to be taking a lot of my money as well, but as you can see, Lisboa is very rich and getting richer by the second. Oh, does this not count as a back garden? Oh, well, I'll be. Demolish that then. That's not standing. That is not standing at all. Let's see if we can get that actually done again. Yeah, it is saying it has a back garden. Just because I've got supplies in the way. They should disappear fairly soon. I mean, some of these places need... It's not going to take it from here, is it? It's going to go all the way back somewhere else and grab a log. I reckon that's probably what's blocking us. So we'll come back to that. And then... Okay, yeah, these guys aren't yet constructed. That's all fine. We have 117 timber. I thought that was actually going to start to decrease, but I guess I was wrong. And we're going to go up to 255 houses. We have a lot of bread. We have so much grain. Vegetables are in. Eggs are in. I can only assume 70, 100. Yes, 0. So we have to turn that trade off. Now we are still apparently importing meat. Turn off these two as trade points, and let's see what happens. I mean, we shouldn't starve because we have the bread card. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You know what, let's even turn off the trade for that. And I can only assume my tavern is probably still struggling with ale. Still do always have barley. We are getting a bit more malt. I have got you going. And like I said, we'll keep an eye on our flour if we've got so much grain and so much flour still. I feel like we need more ovens. I'm going to go ahead and build me some more ovens. Have one slot in here. Have one slot in there. And I'm actually going to... And then I'm just going to go ahead and build nice and easily another burgage plot. It's a bit shorter than all of his neighbors because he was difficult. Apples expand. Eggs. Eggs. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to need a lot more communal ovens. No, we don't want you to have a stall. And I snuck another one in here. You to have a stall. You can start going. There's a windmill as well. Start threshing or milling, I should say. More grain. That into flour. And so things are going to keep going. Now, I'm going to do a bit of a time warp right now. I'm going to basically cut this a little bit there after I've gone and pointed out it's so beautiful. I mean, look at that for a view, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that just beautiful? Like I said, I'm going to do a bit of a time warp. Hopefully when I come back, things will have exploded. And we'll have thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people living in this beautiful city of Lisboa. So, you will be right back. For me, this may take a little while, so bear with me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've done a massive, massive time warp. As you can see, Lisboa has grown. We've got more vegetable plots with houses down here. We have a whole set of houses up here, which is all eggs. We've got houses back here. I can't remember where I left you. We've got houses here, houses here. We've got a road here. We've got farms here. The whole thing has exploded. We've got a massive, massive orchard by here, which I wish was fully grown for you guys. So it's not quite been 3 in-game years, or not quite 4 maybe, since I left you. We also have this smaller orchard. It would look amazing if all of this was in fact beautiful, fully grown apple trees. As you can see, we have 3.9k food, 1.8 thousand eggs. That's a lot of eggs by anybody's standards. And so the only thing stopping us from, in essence, being a ridiculously large megacity is playtime. As you can see, we have enough space for 358 families. We are currently on 279. So all it is a ticking bomb. In essence, it just has to keep going and going and going until it explodes and something goes wrong. But as you can see, we've also got 2,000 fuel. Large part of it firewood, a large part of it charcoal. And I could build exponential amounts of charcoal kilns and keep it going up. But there's not really much need, to be honest. Problem is that most of our storehouses, etc. are full because we simply have so many goods. Most of those, in fact, being, which I should probably calm down if I was going to play properly. We would calm down all of our clay furnaces. We would come back to our trading post and actually turn on tile exporting, because we turned it off because there was no exporting, quite frankly. And even then, we are still on 14,000 in terms of money. Wooden parts are still being... Yep, still being exported. Oh wow, what's this down here? I have 800 charcoal, of course. And shoes are still being exported, and as are bows. As are bows. And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, and this is just as well why I wanted to talk you through it a little bit and keep it going, because I wanted to see this beautiful town in the spring. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is the medieval town of Lisboa for you. It is, as you see it, it is a mega city, I believe, in its own rights. Obviously, as we push into the modern era, all this farming disappears into the peripheries and gets replaced with more and more and more houses. Now, of course, it's not a accurate version. There was, of course, rivers going through / around the edge of Lisboa, which we don't really have. And, of course, I don't actually know the grid plan for Lisboa, so I hope you can forgive some artistic license. And as I said, there is a mega city, not the biggest I've heard of. I've heard of a city of 4,000 population, which I have no idea if I'd be able to build, but I can tell you now it would probably take me a week of gameplay time. And you guys just staring at me waiting for population to arrive would just be boring. So, we are going to leave this episode and now this series here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the beautiful town of Lisboa. It has been a pleasure to build. It has been extremely, not quite heartbreaking, heart-wrenching maybe. The food crisis was very real, but I mean, as you can see, we've now got 5,000 food. We have very much bounced back from it. It took a while. It did take a couple of episodes and a couple of in-game years, but we have pushed back from it. We have our orchards up and running. We have so many vegetable farms. And we have more eggs than an eggnog factory would know what to do with. There are eggs everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Kids on Halloween are just spoiled for choice. Every house is a target. Nobody is safe. But as I said, we're going to leave it here. Thank you all very much for joining me for this series. We will, of course, be starting a new series on the beta patch where we can go fishing, ladies and gentlemen. And so until then, as per always, I hope that you stay safe, happy, and healthy.